Hey guys, what's up? This is Tanae, and for the first time in a really long time, I'm doing a hair tutorial with extensions. I wanted to try the upgraded style of Bantu knots, and I wanted to show you guys my process because it was my first time doing it. So the day before I put in the Bantu knots, I just washed, decondition and everything like that, and I put my hair into a bunch of little 2-strand twists just so that it could be stretched out. I didn't really want to blow dry it because I blow dried my hair 2 different times, like 2 weeks before this, because I originally bought the braiding hair in order to do box braids. And when box braids didn't work out, I tried to do feed-in braids. And then when feed-in braids didn't work out, I was like, let me try something just a little bit more low maintenance. And so it was going to be my third time trying again with the braiding hair. And I just really didn't want to put more heat on my hair. So yeah, I just 2-strand twisted to stretch it. And then I picked it out. My hair wasn't completely dry. It was like slightly damp in some areas, so that's why the fro looks a little bit shrunken. My hair is actually at about 5.5 to 6 inches long now. Y'all, when I opened up that container of rubber bands that I just bought from the beauty supply, it literally smelled like a ton of fish. It was so gross. Anyway, I'm taking the jam and I'm going to take the jam and slick my edges down before I start sectioning my hair off, just so I don't accidentally pull any of my edges into those sections that I'm going to be making. They're not going to be really tight, but I just don't want my edges a part of the style at all. I definitely want them out. I don't really like jam for laying my edges, honestly. I got the jam because that's what all of the braiders use. And it was like pretty good for my sections, like when I was parting and everything, but as far as laying my edges, it really didn't do the job. Like, it laid them down and then they were curling up like a few minutes later. Even after I laid a scarf on my head later on in the video, they still had curl back up. So I ended up switching to my eco styler. But anyway, so I already have one section here that I parted off, and I'm just about to show you guys how I laid the jam down around the edges, and I wrapped the rubber band around it 3 times. I wanted it to be a little loose, like not directly on top of my scalp. So I put the rubber band like a few centimeters above that, so that it was kind of like a loose ponytail, because once I start twisting the hair around it, it's gonna get really tight. I'm just gonna show you guys how I did the rest of the sections in the first row. Really, the parting for this style it was like the hardest part. I'm not good at parting my hair anyway, so the fact that I had to do so many parts was like stressful. But and it's like a whole geometry lesson. It really is. I'm trying to figure out what looks best for your head shape, but I think I did okay. After I lay the jam down around the section, I take my fine tooth comb and just detangle the hair, because what I'm gonna do after I put the rubber band on actually is that, since my hair is so thick at the ends and I have such a hard time like blending it with connector line hair, I'm actually gonna detangle the hair and put it in a little 2-strand twist, because it was just easier for me to blend a small 2-strand twist into the connector line hair than to blend it in the state that you see it in right now. So this is once I have all of my sections done, and the next part is really the easy part. once you figure out your technique and get the hang of it, then the rest is easy. So the technique I used is I started off with a braid. So I just braided the connect line hair using my real hair as one of the strands, and then the 2 connect line sections is the other 2 strands. And then I braided it down like 3 times, and then once my hair got back in the center, I grabbed half of the left connect line section and then half of the right connect line section and added it to my hair, and then I continued to braid down just a little bit. And then once I felt like it was secure enough, grab some jam, slick the my hair and the connect line hair down just to make sure it stayed together. And then I started twisting and wrapping the hair like a Bantu knot. And for those of you who don't know how to do a Bantu knot, you just twist the hair and you wrap it like you see me doing, and you wrap it underneath itself. So every time you go around, you're wrapping the hair underneath the little bun that's already been created. And you just keep wrapping and wrapping until you get to the end. And I like stretch the ends out so that they would be thinner, because when I do Bantu knots on my natural hair, that's how my ends typically are, and it allows me to just tuck my hair underneath and it stays like that. So I did the same thing with the connect line hair. Just once it got down to like that last little stringy part of the hair, I just wrapped that around the bun a bunch of times, and it like secures it the way a rubber band would. This hair actually started off super long. I had to cut it twice to get it to the length that it was just now. Now that I'll show you guys how I'm doing it, I came up to my room because I have better light up here, and I don't need to look in the back mirror anymore that shows me the back of my head, because now I'm working in the front. So yeah, I'm doing the same thing, braiding the hair down, adding the connect line hair to my hair, and then slicking it down with some jam and wrapping it. I'm actually supposed to shave my undercut but I completely forgot about it once I got started on the hair and I was about to be done. I was just focused on being done. I completely forgot about the back of my head, so that's why my undercut looks so raggedy. So I'm all done with my Bantu knots, as you can see. I really like how they came out. It did take a little bit longer than I expected it to, because to me it was like a really simple style, but you know, I made it happen. I still have to shave the back of my head, my undercut, because it's really grown out, so I gotta shave that, line it up and everything, but then I'll be good. The only thing I would really do differently is, for one, I would get one B hair instead of one, because I really love jet black hair, but when you're doing styles like this where your natural hair is going to be showing a little bit, especially in the summertime in the sun, you definitely want to make sure the hair matches. It looks okay when I'm inside, but I know once I get outside in the sun, everybody's going to see my brown hair next to the jet black connect line hair. So that's one thing I would do differently. And then probably use a smaller amount of hair. I actually started out using really long hair, like the same amount you would use for like a box braid, and that was like way too thick. I didn't want them that thick. I really didn't want them this thick, but I still like the way that it looks. Oh, the other thing I would do differently is that I would like slick my hair up in the back just a little bit so that the Bantu knots could sit right here and I could like lay on my back, because that was the only like really difficult thing, was finding a good position to sleep in. But the great thing about Bantu knots is that when your head is really sore after getting them done, you could just twist them in the opposite direction a little bit and loosen them up, and you know, instant relief. You can't do that with box braids and Senegalese twists and stuff like that. So I had to do that last night because my head was aching. I was like, wait, I could just loosen these up a little bit. So I did that, and I was good. I was able to go to sleep. But yeah, I had to like put my arm in between like where it's parted at and sleep like that with my bonnet on. But yeah, I think it was successful. I'm glad I did it. I'm gonna try to make it last for like at least 3 weeks. I'm gonna try. We're gonna see. But thank you for watching. Let me know if you guys want to see more hair videos from me. I know I don't do a lot of hair videos anymore, but now that my hair is getting a little bit longer, I can kind of do more styles. So if you like this video and you want to see more hair videos, then give me a thumbs up. Maybe share, comment, tell me what you think about it. All right, guys. Bye.